TARTA General Manager Jim Gee was suspended for 2 weeks on unpaid leave after a LVI incident in Waterville. Many were unhappy with this week's decision, and they say he was held to a different standard than other TARTA employees.
He, as general manager, is placed on unpaid suspension for a period of 2 weeks, with the matter to be reviewed by the full board at its regularly scheduled board meeting on August the 1st. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried. Next, there is a matter of appointing an interim general manager. Is there a motion to appoint Stacy Clink, who serves currently as comptroller, as the interim general manager while this matter is further reviewed? And all those in favor signify by saying aye. This afternoon we held a special meeting here at the TARTA facility to discuss the issue of our general manager, James Gee, in his continuing role as general manager. As a result of that discussion, which took place in executive session, is that Mr. Gee has been put on unpaid administrative leave for a period of 2 weeks. The matter will be reviewed by the full board at our next regularly scheduled board meeting, which is 1 week from today. At that time, we'll be prepared to make a further statement, but at this time, that's the only information that I have. We have named an interim general manager to handle the day-to-day affairs of TARTA while this matter pens. But for the time being, that's all that there is to the situation.
So this is basically just something that is set until the entire board is here?
It's set, yes, that is the action of this board right now. The matter will be reviewed at next week's board meeting by the entire board. That's correct.
Do you think the general public is pleased with this decision?
I would have no idea what the general public is pleased with. I know that we did this on behalf of TARTA and the TARTA board and our responsibility to the community.
Was he in a company car at the time?
I don't have any further comment about the matter at this time. It is pending in court. We have our decisions that we have to make based on our internal matters, and that's what we've used to make the decisions.
Is this typical of a matter like this, a 2-week suspension? Is there any precedent before like that?
We don't have a typical matter like this at TARTA, no. So I don't have anything to compare it to. It's simply what we have decided to do in the best interest of TARTA at this time.
Your reaction to this and just the importance of taking this seriously and really evaluating this position?
It's a serious matter. We've taken it seriously. The board has moved with all dispatch to get to the issue. We have to give special notice, or at least 24-hour notice, for a special meeting to be called, and so that's what we did when it became time. The matter, and I don't know if you were here, but we had our board president passed away at the beginning of this week. We have that issue to deal with as well, and as soon as we were able to get information out to the board and make it aware, the board took its action as it's required to under the statute.
Was Mr. Gee president? Was he here earlier this week working?
He was here, yes, under certain administrative conditions already that are required to be put in place, but yes.
What went into the decision not to suspend right away?
We needed to get the board assembled to make that decision.
And you spoke with Mr. Gee a couple days after the incident, or?
Actually, I have no further comment at this time about it. That's a matter that's being reviewed internally with the board, and the board will act as it needs to as we go forward.
Some in the public say that Jim Gee was held to a different standard. Is that true?
I don't have any comment about that. We held him to the standard that we believe is necessary for him and us, and that's what we've done.
And what did you think of today's decision?
I was disappointed in the board's actions to kick the can down the road. I think that the public needs someone to make a strong choice right now. We need strong leadership, and we need to restore the public's trust in the agency.
Do you think that TARTA GM Jim Gee was treated unfairly?
No, I think he was actually treated better than any other TARTA employee would be in this situation.
Do you think he was held to a different standard than TARTA employees?
Absolutely. I think he was held to a much lower standard.
And what's next for you?
My next steps are going to be to follow this closely, work with elected officials to make sure that the board is held accountable for their actions. I think that the TARTA Board of Trustees should be investigated even for their handling of this situation.
And do you think that when Jim was driving with OVI, do you think he was even considering his position?
I don't think that you could be when you do something as egregious as that. I don't think that you could be when you do something as egregious as that.